here we are doing the damn thing once again. Week 6. I just try to keep it straight. Week 6 Dundee League podcast here again. We are gonna have a week without the share screen until we figure out how to not make it blurry. But we will get that back. It was kind of nice having that. Also, Erica being out of town, family stuff lately. You know how it goes. Madden, all these things distracting us.
It's Madden. It's Madden. I don't know why we brought up a single other thing.
Hey, well, we'll throw all the other things in there and then Madden. So hey,
this is a football safe space, Patrick. You can be honest about those kinds of
things. It's weird. It's weird that you're lying to the people in our league.
I only lied a little bit and then I told the truth. So was it really a lie? I don't know. I told the truth within the same
you
debated
sentence.
So by the
you
rules,
thought about it.
Yeah, I did think about it, but then I was like, why am I misleading people? We're here for honesty and disclosure over here, So
it's one of those things like, did you actually feel bad because of what you were doing or because you thought you were going to get in trouble for it?
It's not because of what I was doing. It's because of, a little bit shame from the outside, but you know what? Hey, I'll be my best self. I'm down here playing Madden. I'm going to be working here in a few weeks. I'm just going to enjoy my time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to bring that shame for you.
Well, I get pretty streaky throwing the ball around in Madden. Like when I was on that playoff run I was telling you guys about, me and Jared Goff were lighting it up, dude. But then, we come into next season. I got Bryce Young. I'm not used to that throwing animation yet. And, we go up to Green Bay and we get boned. We throw 4 picks. Terrible start to the career for Mr. Bryce Young.
I mean, Peyton Manning threw like 23 interceptions his rookie year, right?
That's true. And you know what? Like, it's also just simply impossible to scramble in this year's Madden. It's almost impossible. You can scramble a little bit. That's about it.
If the defense decides you're not going to scramble, then you're right.
Well, not even if there's literally anybody 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, or you don't get like a really good beat on the defensive end, they're going to catch you. It's you know what I mean? Because
because defensive ends run 4.4s now.
Well, I mean, it's realistic, but also there are quarterbacks in the. I mean, I guess I haven't.
Lamar Jackson is the answer.
I think they wanted to do that to separate like those running ones from the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray. This separates them because those guys can still get away.
Yeah, giving up 80 yards rushing to Patrick Mahomes is madness. And in last year's game, you just would.
It's true. Like even Rodgers last year, you could get some scoot with him. You know what I mean? Which is like he doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, he can't fucking move. That's ridiculous.
Good Latin. Yeah. Speaking of which, should we just jump into it? Do you guys want to do me and Brant's matchup to start with? That's the one I got up first. It's relevant tonight.
We should bring that up so that you can talk about your team throughout the other matchups too.
Hey, well, it's gonna be great when we get to talk about the Cowboys just getting whacked. It would have been more fun to talk about that because they came back.
Immediate deflection.
Like Wonder Woman.
Of course, there's
over
immediate. That was one of the most disgusting games that I've seen Green Bay play in the last 4 years. They had 2 kicks blocked. Okay, what are you talking about? What's going on?
We're just letting you go.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Lack of segue, right to Green Bay. We're in.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, you told me to get back to Green Bay, right? I mean,
no,
we didn't.
No one said that.
My bad.
No one said that.
That's what I was hearing.
That's what your brain was saying to itself.
Quick, get back to Green Bay. Stat.
Oh shit. Anyway, sorry guys. Here we are. This is what we're here for. So Green Bay, horrendous. Okay. Terrible. 2 block kicks. Rodgers can't hit the backside of a barn. The running backs are disappointing.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. That's not who I thought they were. I thought Green Bay was a decently competent team.
I thought they were better than that.
Well, the Jets got a good defense. Their coach is a defensive coach. He's got that defensive line playing well. Sauce Gardner is legit.
Coolest name in the league.
I mean, and then you know what though? Hey, great player. Can't condone the wearing the cheese set after the game. Glad one of our Packers guys knocked it off.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I mean,
good troll job. Never hurt nobody.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun to watch, sure, but it was fun for me to watch one of the Packers players like get that shit off here.
I
like,
get it. I'm a George Teague fan too. It's fine.
It's got to go both ways. I understand.
Yeah, of course. But
I think the Packer players should have done it, but then to act like, oh, no, that's sacred afterwards, I'm like, easy, Midwest.
Hey, it's not sacred. I'm just saying.
I'm quoting the man.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't even read that. You read more about it than me, but I just saw the clip. But
prepared. I don't know.
Hey, I'm over here. I'm listening to things. I'm watching Stephen A. We'll get to that. Anyway, so
was your first mistake.
How fat is the cigar he came on to set with this morning?
I mean, I saw the cowboy hat. I only watched like a clip or two on ESPN, but did he have a cigar? Did he actually?
I haven't seen Stephen A. today, but I know Stephen A. at this point.
He came in with a big old cowboy hat.
I enjoy that man quite a bit.
Well, he's right up your alley, man. That's like you're on ESPN, that's who you would be.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, Green Bay sucked. AJ Dillon was the better of the two running backs, I believe, surprisingly. Yeah, he outscored Aaron Jones, which is crazy. In a game like that, where you can't throw the ball down the field, you'd think he'd be dumping the ball off to Aaron Jones. Instead, AJ Dillon must have dropped like 3 passes in that game. Like bad ones. It was raining a little bit too, but I mean, like, come on, man. Like it was just, I don't know. It was disgusting. Whatever. So that's all I got about that. Like they got beat by the New York Jets, and they got beat bad.
That's tough.
Badly.
They got beat 27-10, man.
Like we turned bad.
My household in Wisconsin, Packers fans, we turned the game off with 3 minutes left. I put the Giants game out because I was like, enough of this. This game's over. Breece Hall was running all over the field.
You can run on the Packers. You can.
You can, but even then, the defense was playing great. Zach Wilson completed 10 passes.
Zach Wilson 10 passes.
But you get what I'm saying. They held him to 10 completions. They held him to 3 points in the first half, and then the special teams bones them. The offense bones them. Like, what are you gonna do? It's like, I don't know.
You know what? You know what I think you should do?
What's that?
I think you should talk about your 50-50 matchup with Brant coming up on this Monday night game.
We've been going on. Anyway, so we got.
Can we timestamp us here to get us to the actual fantasy football talk now?
Yeah, no, we're
just let them know in the comments. And we're going.
Fast forward to minute 7.
We're really sorry about the sad Packers fan. And at 3:46.
Yeah, I mean, this is a depressed Patty worried about his team season, But anyway, also Kyler Murray disgusting. Getting sacked left and right. Talk about no offensive lines.
Arizona is terrible. And I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming.
They have 3 good players. They have a good cornerback. They have Marquise Brown, who's maybe out for the year now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're bringing back Hopkins.
They said he's not actually out for the year. He's only out for 6 weeks. So back for playoffs for fantasy, but.
Yeah. If he re-injured his Liz Frank, though, that he injured in college, sorry, Cody. If he re-injured that, he might be out for the year, because I think he has to get surgery if he did that.
It's possible, but I just saw an alert less than an hour ago. They said that they're leaning towards probably 6 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably it. I mean,
But it was enough to go get Robbie Anderson.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean.
Good news for the Robbie Anderson fantasy owners out there.
Does anybody have Robbie Anderson? Is he on the waiver wire? I don't even know.
I'm sure somebody's got him right now, right? Somebody had him at some point.
We can look him up and see what we got here. But yeah, discussing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he might be worth getting. I don't know. He's going to be maybe the 3rd target, 4th target. Like Zach Ertz getting a lot of targets. Hopkins going to be the one, of course. You know what I mean? The backs are getting a lot of targets.
I'm interested to see what Hopkins looks like coming back.
The problem is with Arizona, though, is they can't throw the ball down the field because Kyler Murray's not making great decisions, but also he has no time. He's running for his life every play. I was watching the game. Go ahead.
Do you think they're going to be able to afford to give him an offensive line now that they paid him all that money? I mean, you just paid the man everything, and all right, we have nothing else except for Kyler Murray. Here we go, and this is what your team looks like. They're losing to Geno Smith and the Seahawks handily,
and
that's tough
in a game where their defense actually played well too. Their defense scored a touchdown. The offense scored 3 points. the entire
Yeah.
game against
That's
the worst defense in football.
I was so
Like,
happy for Cardinals fans a season ago. I'm like, hey, you're coming up, you're going, this is where it's at. And it just feels like everything is crashing down.
well, the footballers were talking about that. It's like a sharp turn. You know, they were telling the Eagles fans today, like, enjoy it while it lasts because you could be completely imploded next year. You know what I mean? I don't think
Mhm.
so, but we didn't think that about the Cardinals either.
That's
Like they
true.
were a good team last year, you know, and they're dreadful this year.
Weren't
But
they the last undefeated team to start last season?
Yes.
yeah, they were. They went like 7 or 8-0.
And then
You
they
know,
went
to
like
start the
2
year.
and 6 in their next 8 or something like that. And they started to
Yeah.
fall off at the end of last year. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, Hopkins started just going a healthy scratch like game after
Yeah.
game because they're like, oh, we're gonna chill for the playoffs. And
Yeah,
then
really
you get
subbed me in
bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, and then James Conner came back down to earth a little bit. You know, he
Mhm.
was on like an otherworldly tear in the first half of the year.
Only in the red zone though.
Yeah, but like he was scoring, you know, he was scoring and he was having big
Yeah.
runs where it mattered, you know. I mean, like which was helping them win
he
games.
got
The
himself to be a
defense was
first
playing
round
better.
pick this year.
Yeah, sorry, Austin.
Oh man.
Mm.
Oh god. Anyway, luckily Dalvin Cook came through for him a little bit because he wasn't doing shit all day either.
I
But
mean, Austin's at 4-2. He's doing okay. I just don't like the ways that team looks right now.
yeah, it could easily be 2-4. You know what I mean?
It's true.
He's lucky to be
Man,
4
so
and
we've
2.
gotten one player down this roster. Let's keep going.
Yeah, so anyway, let's keep rolling. Cortland Sutton tonight. I mean, I need Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams to score 25 points exactly, pretty much. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
that's doable, but it's also not doable. Both of these defenses are capable of stopping the either side. You
Is
know,
Keenan Allen playing tonight?
he's doubtful, which means he has like a 5% chance to play.
He
Like
ain't
when they're
playing then.
doubtful, they're not playing.
Yeah, you're
Almost
right.
always, you know.
And if they are playing, he ain't getting targets.
yeah, he's a decoy, you know.
Okay.
And then the only good thing about him playing for me would be that if Keenan Allen somehow drew Pat Surtain, it would be great news for Mike Williams. But
Do you think
I
he
don't
would,
think
though?
that's going to happen. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett, the head coach of the Broncos, has done some pretty boneheaded things this year. I would be willing to think if they rolled Keenan Allen out there, he'd be like, we got to cover Keenan. Mike Williams goes off for like 200 yards. That would be sick. Let's hope that happens. You know?
I think that's being pretty hopeful.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. But and then Pat Surtain is good, man. There's Mike Pittman, you know, put up like 7 and 118 on him.
Mhm.
Well, that's the best performance so far. And like, I mean, 7 for 118 would get it done for me, but like that's 1 out of 5. Like Devontae Adams, I think, only had 10 points on him. You know, so we'll see. Mark Andrews doing Mark Andrews things. Deebo Samuel kind of salvaged his day just on volume. But I would like to see him start scoring touchdowns. He's got 1 touchdown this year. You know,
I can't believe the Niners got punished by the Falcons. I couldn't believe that the whole day. I know there was 1 defensive touchdown, so like that skews it a little bit, but I expected the Niners to handle them.
I saw the Falcons head coach took the offensive line up for stadium beers after that win.
Wait, what did you say?
They
say
went
that again?
The head coach took the offensive line up for stadium beers after the win. Like I saw them all
Falcons.
Yeah, I saw them all pounding like long aluminum bottles of Bud Light.
Hey, man. They ran on one of the best defenses in the NFL. 49ers are like top 3 defense.
It's a weird week, man. A bunch of upsets.
Yeah.
Super weird. The Steelers beat the Bucks too. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. The Eagles beat the Cowboys. Like, what the fuck was that?
Well, we all expected that, let's be honest. But the Jets beat the almighty Packers. Who saw that coming?
Almighty.
Anyway, so now Cooper Rush honestly let an Admiral come back in the second half of that game. It actually really skewed this matchup back towards being a 50-50 because it was 65-35 when the Eagles were putting it on the boys.
I think Ezekiel Elliott led a comeback. I haven't been nervous about Tony Pollard not eventually taking over the running back position all year until I just watched this last game. Zeke looked good.
He did look good.
Real good.
Cooper Rush, interesting fact, if Cooper Rush makes that pass to CeeDee Lamb at the end of that game where he got hit and he was open for that touchdown on the sideline without the hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he underthrows it. But if he would have made that pass, it would have won me like $5,000. It's one of those fucking things happens to me every week now, man. I'm gonna just I got to take a week off here or something. The emotional roller coasters I go through in some of these island games, man, is brutal. But anyway, 25 points is what I need. Joe Burrow went off for Brant. We should probably get to Brant's team. Went nuts against New Orleans. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are back, baby. And this was their coming out party.
They played pretty well in the Superdome.
Did you see that Jamar Chase sideline catch? It wasn't a big gain, but oh my God, what a catch.
Mm-hmm. So I need to get back up into a city where I can go to a sports bar and see all the games because I'm seeing like half the games right now. I'm following them all on Gamecast, and I'm
Where are you right now?
I'm in my parents' basement, man. I'm in the parents' basement in Southwest Wisconsin. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
So we get what YouTube TV deigns to give us. Luckily, we got the Bills-Chiefs game, which was fun.
Everyone got the Bills-Chiefs game. CBS wasn't carrying another game.
Yeah, of course they were.
Yeah,
but
they were like, we're not having anyone's stuff for this game.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, imagine if they would have given me Arizona, Seattle, and I'm missing the Bills game. That would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
We got to watch a little bit of New York and Baltimore. Saquon, with the big touchdown, saved my bacon by doing the old slide down and the old Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley fall into the end zone.
No, he didn't fall in. He fell short, or he slid short too.
Yeah, that's right on the 2-yard line. I know the statistics show that's probably the wiser move, but like, just run it in. You're still got a 10-score lead with like a minute 40 left.
Well, it takes it from a 100% win probability to like a 98% win probability, and that 2% is not worth it.
Yeah, I mean Saquon. Yeah, imagine the newspapers. He runs in and then they go down. They throw a bomb, which is it's Lamar Jackson. It could happen.
I would debate that the 98% is not worth it because 98% is still pretty damn good. Probably going to get away with it.
It's what you're arguing against. You're arguing against 100%.
I hear you, but 2% for that extra touchdown feels good for my ego.
It does.
That's why it's tough.
It does. Yeah, I mean, Austin Eckler would have got in. Austin Eckler would have ran it.
Yeah,
we know he would have.
Yeah,
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I drafted him.
Yeah, nah, but anyway, 5-1 New York Giants, second place in the NFC East, deservedly so. I mean, they're really one of the powerhouse teams
so right now. They beat Lamar Jackson, and now the whole argument about the quarterbacks they've beaten doesn't hold up. And it's weird to say it, but maybe the Giants are okay.
I think the defense is good. I think it's the same reason the Cowboys are 4-2. It's not because of their offense,
I think they have a good head coach. Is what I
don't.
Think they have.
I think he's trash.
You think Brian Daboll's bad? The other thing I want to bring up is that he's bad. He's a fucking good coach.
I think he's all right. I think he's an offensive coach who's going to find himself in a situation where late in the season against good teams, he's got Daniel Jones, and they're doing well, and that's good. They got a solid defense and a good running back like the Cowboys, but like, do you have a guy that's going to put you over at the end? And that's kind of where
you either need one of those, or you need the defense to be truly next level. And I don't know that either one is the case.
No, they have the third best defense in the division. So you know what I mean? Like, they have a good defense and the third best out of 4 teams in the same division. So like, good luck.
They have a top 15 defense. Okay, they're fine. They're fine on defense. You can score points on them. The thing I'll say about their defense is the last 2 weeks, they've made plays when it mattered. In the second half, when the game was on the line, like that's how they won this week. They picked the ball off, you know what I mean? And they ended up getting the ball back there. They got the first down, and they were able to run the clock out. Without that play by the defense, they don't win that game. Lamar Jackson's going down the field to potentially score the game-winning touchdown. They picked the ball off, win the game. In London, they the Packers don't have a good offense to begin with this year, but like they gave up a lot of yards in the first half. I don't know what was going on there. They gave up a lot of yards in the first half on defense. And in the second half, they shut them down. I think the Packers scored 3 points in the second half of that game last week. So, those are 2 perennially good teams that they beat. So, I mean, they might be good. But anyway, we should keep it moving along. Jeff Wilson does nothing. I'm a little long-winded today. Justin Jefferson had a fine day. I'm glad he didn't get in the end zone for my sake, or it would have been, tougher comeback I got here. New England beat the shit out of Cleveland. Like Cleveland is just going downhill real quick lately. Because they lost to the Chargers last week, did they not? Like on some one-headed thing at the end of the game, yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, and you expect the Chargers to beat Cleveland, right?
You don't expect New England to do what they did to Cleveland, though. I thought Cleveland had a better defense than that.
Yeah, I did not think the Patriots were going to put up 38 points with Zappy.
Yeah, I'm really upset about the Ramondre trade now. I mean, I couldn't know that Damian Harris was going to get hurt, but goddamn, dude, it hurts to watch. Because I was right. I knew he was good, and then I traded him.
It's been okay. It's been okay.
Oh yeah, it's been okay, huh?
It's like his RB2 and gets gifted another one.
I know, fucking pissed me off.
Well, and what's great about that is my RB2 was fucking trash before he got injured anyway. Like because of what Denver's offense has been overall. Like he's just been suffering that. I just upgraded.
Pains me inside that I might have saved your season. That's what really hurts.
You might have.
I'm looking at Brandt's team. When is Elijah Mitchell coming back? Is he actually coming back, or is he done for the year?
He's coming back in November, early November is what they said.
I'm looking at Brandt's team for later in the season. Now that Cam Akers might not be coming back either, and he's going to have Saquon Barkley, he's going to have DeAndre Swift, he's going to have Darrell Henderson, and he's going to have Elijah Mitchell
and Justin Jefferson and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow in that offense is coming alive. So. Now, Brandt could have a scary team. I think he's losing this week, though, because I'm definitely going to win tonight. I mean, let's be real. But
I think there's about a 50-50 shot.
No, I mean, ESPN doesn't know what it's talking about. Let's be for real.
I think there's about a 50-50 shot.
Nah, there is exactly a 50-50 shot. If you look at the projections that they've set, it is exactly projected for 25.1 points. So it's as 50-50 as it goes, like that they hit or they don't,
I hope you tie. I personally hope you tie. You won't.
That would be insane.
There's not a quarterback in the matchup. But
there's
no way for that to happen.
No, it could. If I got, it would be weird for it to happen. It would have to be like the exact yardage would have to happen. Like they would have to lose,
Not even that, because you have 100th of a point, and nobody can get 100th of a point besides a quarterback.
Yep.
Everybody else goes in tenths.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Math. Yep. That's right. Anyway.
He's our numbers guy. He's our numbers guy. You gotta rely on him.
Yeah. Well, no, they can't. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah,
he's
good
still
job.
correct.
Yep. Just checking. Just making sure. No, you are right. Anyway.
Got one thing. Right, let me have it.
That's our numbers guy. That is not me. At least not today. Anyway, should we go to the next matchup, guys? Which one do you want to go to next?
Are there any other ones that are relevant, or should we just trash on Allen's team for a little bit?
There are no more matchups that are relevant other than if Trish somehow makes a miracle comeback, which is possible. She's only down, but like Everett could score like.
Well, let's just look at that one then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what it would come down to is that game being a shootout and probably the Chargers losing points on defense too. You know what I mean? Like that's what would have to happen.
With all of the smoke that Denver's been getting, I don't think they're capable because I don't think they're good. But look at what Matt Ryan just did. Okay? They were getting torched last week for how bad they looked on offense.
Mm-hmm.
To go in and play Jaguars, who also smacked them the last time they played, shut them out with no Michael Pittman, but shut them completely down. They go in there. Matt Ryan throws 60 passes, completes like 70% of them, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, looks great. Michael Pittman's dominating.
I bet he threw on a ton of Ben Gay after that game.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is it is possible that Russell Wilson, because he's a veteran quarterback, he's been through crap like this before. I don't think he's good. I don't think it's likely, but it is possible that you could see something like that happen. It's a divisional game too, and those have been squirrely this week.
What do you think the final scoreline is going to be tonight? I don't need you to pick a winner, but how many points do you think are going to be put up?
If I'm following my brain, I say 21-10 Los Angeles. if I'm following my heart and I'm hoping for a shootout, let's go 31-28 Denver.
See, and I
Why
do
not?
not see that happening.
I don't see it
Don't
happening
see
either.
Russell
you know?
putting up that many points.
I don't see. Yeah. Denver is not.
I could see the
Good.
21-10 line. That sounds pretty close to what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think if I'm thinking maybe
I'm thinking
17-10.
17-10. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Could be
That's
even
what I'm
less.
thinking.
Yeah. I think it's possible, and we should get back into this matchup, but I think it is
We're
possible.
right in the meat and potatoes of the matchup. We're talking about the game that's relevant to the matchup.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's about can Gerald Everett do it? Can the Chargers defense not get zeroed?
I mean, he needs like 5 for 70 and a touchdown. And then Denver needs to score like 17 points, and she's got a shot. That's what needs to happen.
And they need to keep an eye on the fucking sacks and no turnovers, which I don't think Russell Wilson's been sacked or turned the ball over a ton. I know there was that one Thursday night game where he was just throwing up fucking ducks, but
yeah. The question is Bosa? Bosa was the one that was hurt, right? Is Bosa playing? Because
I think Bosa's done for the season, isn't he?
That's what I thought. I heard something. He was out for like a long-term injury.
Numbers guy. What do we got here?
Yeah, what do you got there?
Keep talking. I'll get back to you in a second.
Got it.
All right.
I think things have changed for them pretty drastically since that injury, and I was under the impression that he was going to be gone for the season.
Right. But either way, the Chargers defense hasn't played well lately. It'll be interesting to see what Denver's running game looks like. Go ahead, Jake. What do you got?
Bosa is on the IR, but
okay.
Staley said he expects him to return for the 2022 campaign. So not necessarily for the whole season, but it could be.
Oh, okay.
But at least for this game, he's gone.
At least for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting nugget, though, also, if we're talking D-line, O-line matchup, Garrett Bowles last week also, I believe, like tore his knee, and that's one of their starting tackles, like one of their better ones. So they still do have Mac, and they have Derwin James. They have playmakers. So Asante Samuel was supposed to be a good cornerback, but he's been bad. So maybe Cortland Sutton can get something done. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. But looking at Trish's team, first week with Josh Allen on her roster, that's tough for me to watch, but this isn't about me. I'm sure she was fucking stoked. She's got the Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs connection on her team, which might be the best quarterback to wide receiver duo in the league. And I don't mean the fantasy league. I mean the real league.
That offense reminds me of like what Kansas City looked like that year they went to the Super Bowl, like when they were just crushing everyone with their offense. Like that's what they look like right now.
They can beat you,
but they also have a defense. Like
they also have a defense. Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean their defense is getting beat up. It'll be if they get healthy for the stretch run from like week 17 through the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's between them and the Eagles. If the Eagles are healthy at that point too, I mean, those are the two best teams. When the Cowboys get Dak back, they're going to be scary too. They will be. Like they have such a good defense. You know what I mean? And a playmaking
if they all stay healthy, because
yeah.
Micah Parsons tears a pec, and all of a sudden,
how do we go from talking about the Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs connection to talking about the Dallas Cowboys?
Man. We're getting
off. It's raining in.
That's what we do.
We said a good defense.
And just look at the matchup and talk about what's on the matchup.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little scattered today, but we got David Montgomery had an okay day, I guess, in that dreadful Thursday night game. Amazon Prime. Amazon getting boned by the NFL 2 weeks in a row.
Those Thursday night games have been awful. David Montgomery. I don't think it's a killer game.
I don't think it's about matchups. I think Thursday is just not good enough. I don't think there's enough time.
That's true. There's not enough time for the offense to prepare. The players haven't recovered fully. That's why you see a lot of shitty Thursday games.
I'm sitting here advocating, as someone who likes to have NFL on as many nights as possible because I'm such a stupid big fan. I think we should get rid of them.
Let's go Friday at least. Let's try Friday for a year. Why not? Friday night, you get done
Saturday.
Work. That'd be a fun time.
I don't give a shit. I don't even watch college football. Fuck it.
You're not going to get Saturday because they're never going to win those rights with college football, right? But
yeah, they would. The NFL's king. They'd stomp on everybody.
If they tried to run a Saturday primetime game when Georgia's playing Alabama, there would be a problem.
Yeah.
If they
There'd be a
started
problem.
encroaching on Saturdays, the NCAA starts encroaching on Sundays.
I don't think the NFL would lose, and I don't think it would be
I
close.
think you underestimate how many college football fans there are.
I think
Like, it's
you
pretty big.
underestimate how big the NFL is.
I think they're both huge, so it'd be an
They are.
interesting battle.
They're both very big, but
It's not going to happen because the network's not going to want to turn them against each other.
Yeah.
Friday could happen because on Friday we have Air Force playing Wyoming. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like,
how
That's
dare you,
what-
sir,
yeah. But
discredit
anyway,
the Air Force on a
the
podcast.
Air Force Falcons. I'm not discrediting
The
the
Blue
branch
Falcons.
of the military.
Fuck them.
I'm discrediting the football team, sir.
I just discredited a branch of the military. How about that?
Oh, all right. Well, hey, you know what? If Cody disappears, we'll.
This will be on the cloud in about 24
Yeah.
hours.
I don't support the troops there. How about that?
Oh God. Anyway, we should burn through. We
Oh,
should burn
God.
through this last team. I don't know what to say to that. Okay, so we got
We've got a veteran in our league.
Jesus. Anyway, so
Austin might get the W this week with a decimated team because he's got James Conner out, Darren Waller was on a bye, Derek Carr was on a bye, Michael Thomas didn't play.
yeah, it just I can't. I got to recover from that sequence. But
That's a really good segue into Austin's trash team.
I was trying to talk more about Trish, but there wasn't much else to say. The rest of her team didn't do much. She needs Gerald Everett to do something. Patty Mahomes had a good game. The 2 interceptions hurt, you know. 2 interceptions, if he wouldn't have had that, it's a lot tougher road for Trish. But with it being between 12 and a half points, it can happen, like we were saying. Singletary is having a decent year when nobody thought he would.
That's true.
He's been way more involved than I thought he would. He's benefiting from he's on a great offense, so he gets red zone opportunities.
Mhm.
He gets dump offs from the MVP. You know, we've seen that benefit Aaron Jones in the past. It's working out for him. Dalvin Cook had an okay day. You would hope for more, but he gets in the end zone. Marquise Brown, like we said, probably out for a while, so that hurts Austin's team. Although he might get Mike Thomas back soon, but Mike Thomas has been out for like 3 weeks now with his foot. So, I think
And
Mike
how
Thomas
did he get Mike Thomas?
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Oh,
Traded him. Yeah, for Debo. Yeah, exactly. So traded him 2 guys that have since been injured. We like that.
You also
We
don't
like
support
that.
the troops.
Well, I support my fantasy team. All right, it's not about not supporting the troops.
Jesus.
It's just about
Hey,
supporting his fantasy
don't
team
rope
more.
me. Don't rope me into this. It's like you don't just like you were
Hey,
saying last night.
don't look at me. He wrote me into this.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't say none. I said, "Oh God," is what I said. Devonta Smith has been real good this year. He had the game-winning touchdown. You know, he's benefiting from having an alpha wide receiver. He's not an alpha wide receiver, but he's a great wide receiver too in an offense because he can run routes with the best of them.
He's still getting better too. He's so young.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason he won the Heisman. You know, he's a good football player. He runs routes well. He's got good hands, and he's not getting double covered. So he can beat most corners, which is why he's had 2 good weeks in a row, I think. I think last week he had 10 catches or something. You know? I think A.J. Brown had
catches on 11 targets.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, he's been solid, but he also benefited Dawson Knox catching his first touchdown of the year.
What a time for that catch.
I know, right? Yeah, his game. That was the game-winning catch too, wasn't it? Yeah, the drive down the field.
That throw,
nasty. Can we just give him the MVP now? I mean, he's head and shoulders above. I mean,
it looks like it.
Patty was good. Josh Allen was better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he does that hurdle like there on that last drive too. I mean, I know everyone can see me throw because Diggs currently has 100 yards and he's uncoverable. But like, I want to remind everyone while everyone's watching that I can also leap defenders in a single bound. God, he's so fucking good.
I think you're seeing a full-on change of the guard this year from Brady and Rodgers. and now the new Brady and Rodgers is Mahomes and
From
Allen.
Dave's
And that's
fantasy quarterback team.
And it's not subtle either. It's a big flip.
Yeah, I mean, it's like looking at the performance of those two versus the young two this year, it's been insane. You know, it's just you're seeing what a mobile quarterback who could also make the level
Every
of
throw.
decisions. Yeah, and make those. Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, Rodgers' thing is his release. Brady's got a quick release and timing and just overall knowledge reading defenses. But Mahomes and Allen have that now too. Allen's got a freaking cannon, and Mahomes can make the most insane throws that you've ever seen in terms of
from
angle.
any position, like underarm, sideways. It's just it looks goofy, but
the Dirk Nowitzki of quarterbacking.
That's a hell of a comparison.
That's good. The Shawn Marion of quarterbacking. The Shawn Marion 3-pointer. Remember how gross that used to look, but he was great at it.
It was weird. I hated playing with Shawn Marion on video games because it felt like he released it from his from tit level. You know what I mean?
Weird. It was weird. We're gonna lose this one. Should we cut it right now? Not the way to do it. So I will figure that out. I apologize. Okay. I've been playing Madden, guys. It is what it is.
I mean, it's gonna be kind of embarrassing though, like when we play and I smoke you by 30 in the first half. That I'm like, all right, now tell me why we still have a timer on our Zoom meeting.
Got some
because you clearly weren't being productive.
Got some inside zone plays for you. Got some. I got some work for you. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, should we talk about the shellacking that Todd and his team, the Great Awakening? Todd's team might actually be good now because Ken Walker might be great.
He's got talent at all the places that he needs it. I mean, Dallas. I mean, quarterback's a little questionable. Tight end's not like a top 5 by any means, but Gabe Davis, Jamar Chase, Kenneth Walker. Now that Penny's out, Aaron Jones is gonna have some monster weeks too. If they all hit at the same time, he could put up 140.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's got if Michael Pittman is going to start being Michael Pittman on a regular basis, and Jamar Chase does what we're used to Jamar Chase doing, then his team looks a lot nastier. You know, it looks like it did this week.
Yeah, but I mean, we're looking at quarterback and an RB1 that make you a little nervous. That's what's going on.
I mean, Green Bay's just lost, but they get the Commanders next week, so that's a get right week if I ever saw one. You know, but Commanders got a decent defense, so. The Jets were supposed to be the get right week, and look what happened this week. So
I do remember
Carson Wentz is out for multiple weeks, so that's going to hurt him too.
Wentz is out multiple weeks. What?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
6 weeks. I didn't see a few hours ago.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke back under center.
Oh, we're gonna be loving to target the Commanders in DFS for the rest of this year.
Oh yeah,
we love me some Taylor Heineke playing the defense against that. That's gonna be fun.
I like how much he throws to Terry McLaurin. That's what I like.
Yeah, I think they're going to run the ball a lot. Which
also Brian Robinson,
because B Rob looks. Yeah, hey, great. Two great calls I made on running backs at the beginning of this year, and sold them both.
I was just listening.
Job,
well, I mean, I was just listening. Brian Robinson like week 4, didn't you? You didn't draft him or nothing because he was undrafted. You picked him up on waivers, and I sent you a shitty text about how I was trying to do it. You beat me to it. So
that's right. He got shot. Like we all found out he got shot like 20 minutes before the draft. That's right. Yeah.
I found out during the draft.
Same.
Well, and then Todd had to go and tell everybody. I was like, don't tell him. Let somebody draft him so we can have one of these moments where we make fun of Dave again when he drafts Brian Robinson. You know?
It's true.
It's not as bad.
Yeah, we really did. We really did milk that
Cody
Dobbins for as long as possible.
Kick him under the table this time.
Yeah,
I wasn't. He was sitting at a different table. So my bad, everyone. Because that's exactly that's true. Trish tried to warn Dave about J.K. Dobbins seconds before. I'm like,
I need to put Trish on blast for a second, if you guys will appease me, because she's coming to the bar multiple weeks in a row now, and sat there with a grin on her face telling me about the people she texted to tell them to change their lineup because
she feels good about that. And I feel bad about that.
And I've been lighting her up saying, Trish, let them manage their own fucking teams. If they aren't with it, don't help them.
Well,
she told me that she texted Bailey and told Bailey to put in Tyler Lockett, who's the only sub she's made up until that week. And she did, and he scored 24 fucking points. So Trish, knock it off.
Yeah.
Knock it
She
off.
almost beat you last week. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Like, I mean, am I the only one that feels that way? Let them
No, I feel
Or-
like that's one step down from like literally her knocking on my door and asking if I've like heard about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm like, you fucking
She's
mind
the
your own
Jehovah's
goddamn
Witness of
business.
fantasy football.
Yeah,
That's
like
great.
get the fuck out of here.
That's
like
a
I'll
great
sit and eat
image.
breakfast next to you, but like don't you dare like tell another fantasy
Trish coming
manager
around
about
in
my
a
team.
suit and tie, knocking on your door, being like, "Have you put in a different tight end this week, Bailey?"
Right? I told her, I said, hey, where was that help when I didn't take
good.
Alvin Kamara out of my London lineup?
She also doesn't wake up at 6:30 a.m. So
Yeah, I mean,
let's blame London.
Let's blame the fact that Patty really wanted to win, and it all worked out that week for me. Everything came together.
And the rest of the league is grateful because Jake's team is fucking gnarly.
Yeah, we need some injuries to happen. I never hope for an injury, but
I
mean, but
I traded away the best player in the league. Shouldn't that like
you have, sir? You
did
Joe
that
Mixon,
for Joe
Christian
Mixon in your
McCaffrey,
fucking flex.
And Alvin
Fuck
Kamara, you son of a bitch. All right,
fuck you, Joe
I
Mixon.
I hope
flex.
your entire team.
You got a first round running
IR.
back in your flex.
I love it. Yeah. What could have been the number 2 running back? I think Kamara was like the number 12 running back, and Mixon was the number 8.
That's ridiculous. So let's move on. All right.
I'm just
anyway,
hoping
back
for like
to
Taysom Hill taking over the offense in New Orleans because that's the only thing that can happen to Jake's team at this point.
That's fine. Then Joe Mixon goes into my RB2, and I get to put one of my badass wide receivers in that spot.
The Alvin Kamara story could get hot enough. This is an outside chance that it could get hot enough because it was on ESPN this last week. If there's enough outcry about it in today's world, the NFL might suspend him. That also could happen, but
Possible.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I haven't heard enough. I haven't heard enough stuff.
TMZ has to get that video, and it has to look real bad. And then
question marks around Kamara,
you know, they're trying
preseason, and then him combining for 12 points for the first 4 weeks of the season was the reason I traded away the best quarterback in the land. You know what I mean? Because like, there's a chance that Joe Mixon isn't my flex because he has to be my second running back.
Yeah.
So,
well, and it's not like Joe Mixon. It's not like Joe Mixon has been amazing either. But we should talk about Todd's team. Jamar Chase, like we said, great. I mean, that's a Jamar Chase game. That's what we saw last year over and over again. Just big electric plays down the sideline. I mean, that's what he does. Gabe Davis, 2 weeks in a row. Big time Gabe. Back in the building, you know. Dallas Goedert. The thing I was going to say about Dallas Goedert, he didn't have a game. It was Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown that had the game. If you're not going to have one of the big 5 tight ends, Dallas Goedert outside of that group is the best one to me. He is an athletic tight end. He actually has, up until this week, he was leading the NFL in run after the catch. He had more run after the catch yards than Cooper Kupp, which is like a little known stat. He's very good after the catch. He's doing like George Kittle stuff after the catch this year.
Jamar Chase, Gabe Davis, and then Michael Pittman had, count them, 16 targets this week.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, Matt Ryan threw the ball 60 times. You better give a third of those to Michael Pittman.
Well, he caught 13 of the 16 of them and didn't get a touchdown, but 13 catches and 134 yards will give you a 20-point day. So
Michael Pittman is great. And I was celebrated for Michael Pittman too. I have him in my other league, 1 minute a week. Put me over the top.
He hasn't done anything since week 1, so I'm sure this feels real great.
It does. I mean, that's the league where I have Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Pittman, and Marquise Brown. But my running backs are Cam Akers and Tony Pollard. So I paid for it. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, that's pretty good for Todd's team. Travis Etienne is starting to come alive for Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's taking over that spot.
Yeah, it's more of a 50-50 thing now. Whereas
I'm starting to worry more. I'm starting to worry more about Jacksonville's offense, though. Like they had like they looked like they weren't going to be Jacksonville for the first 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks later, it looks like they're going to be Jacksonville again. And I'm just worried about all the value there.
if you say it's becoming more of a timeshare, but like his carries haven't really increased if you look at him week to week. A little bit. He's just doing so much more with them. There was 3 weeks in a row where he averaged less than 4 yards to carry, but the last 2 games he's averaged 7.1 and 8.6. So he's just doing more with what he's given.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. I want to look up a number, but I'm pretty sure that the snap share. I have numbers for the last week here. Just you guys keep talking. I'm going to look it up here on PFF because I'm pretty sure it's been sliding towards 50-50. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's not much else to say about Todd's team besides that, but Bailey's team, 76 points. I think she's the front runner for the Sacco at this point.
So here's the snap totals, guys. Week 2, 63-37 favor James Robinson. Week 3, 58-43 James Robinson. Week 4, 47-51 EDN. Week 5, 41-55 EDN. So it has been sliding his direction. And that's it. He might not be getting the carries, but he's on the field more, which inevitably is going to, you know what I mean? It's going to take away from Robinson, going to give it to EDN. So some of that might be game script. Like if they get up big, it's probably going to still be James Robinson because that's the type of runner he is. But the big plays are going through EDN. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. But it's fun to talk about statistics and snap percentages. Anyway, what are we saying about Bailey?
I mean,
she's last place.
What is there to say about Bailey's team?
She has Jalen Hurts, and can she give him to somebody who has a good team? For God's sakes, I was offering her every trade under the sun for the half a second where I could communicate with her, and she just was torching me. And it's like, come on, man. We wanted Jalen Hurts so bad. We were working real hard.
Oh, man. That would change somebody's team in a big way.
Yeah, but
she
might get him yet.
She got Zeke's best week this week, and she put up 76 points.
Zeke was drafted, early third round, and he's the running back 35.
Yeah.
She has the 2 biggest underperforming running backs other than Aaron Jones, like in the league right now.
Absolutely.
Najee Harris, 4th overall or 5th overall? He's running back 30.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is horrible. We were saying it before the beginning of the year. We were saying it at the beginning of the year. We've been saying it all year long. They have like one of the worst offensive lines.
She took 2 Pittsburgh Steelers for her first 2 picks.
Yeah.
Only because Aaron Jones is already gone.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't get any Packers on her team. It's very interesting for Bailey.
I mean, good thing for her because they suck.
I mean, they do suck. I'm not gonna, dude. Hey, I said it. I was saying it all Sunday.
I didn't say it.
You're not allowed to say it. I'll say it. But
I'll say.
You don't get to talk about.
I'll sit on you, Michael Scott, Michael Klump. Come on now. Anyway, Jalen Hurts is great. He got held down by the Dallas defense, but that's his floor. 16 points is his floor, which is a nice floor. Because he runs the ball so goddamn much. But
so this is the second week through 6 weeks that Dalton Schultz hasn't played, but Bailey has left him in her lineup.
In her defense this week, he got ruled out like 30 minutes before the game. I had to go change some of my like betting lineups because he got ruled out so late.
Yeah, she was paying attention and just put in the next Cowboys tight end. She would have got a touchdown out of it.
It wasn't clear because for me when I was betting too, it's not clear because
exciting.
Yeah, I know, she's sneaking around the back there. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? Dog guest appearance. Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot actually have been running when Dalton Schultz been out, they've been running almost the same amount of snaps. Jake Ferguson has a slight edge. Peyton Hendershot actually caught more passes last week.
Did you see that move Ferguson made, though? Woo! That one touchdown he had?
Boy. Come on now. He used to do that shit in college, man. He was good in college.
Did one of these moves and just, oh, man, it was fun.
He juked the shit out of that dude. Yeah.
He did.
Got him good.
That's a white boy move if I've ever seen it.
Damn right. She should have played Matt Ryan this week over Jalen Hurts. What an idiot. I mean, come on. She still would have lost by 40, but she could have at least been a little closer. Oh, come on. Anyway.
Get fucked, Bailey. Jeez.
Oh,
I
let's
think we
move on
should-
to the. You guys want to go to the next one and move on to the real loser of the week? Maybe the lowest score of the year. We didn't think it could be done.
What a week. Let's do it.
I love Allen. My soul hurts for him, but man, you got
mine doesn't.
Team this week.
Mine doesn't.
Cody's getting that phantom defense 4-2. All that shit he talked on you guys not being real 3-1s is exactly how I feel about him being 4-2. Getting a W with probably 95 points.
Watch Justin Herbert put a 47 burger and Austin Eckler get hurt in the first quarter
and fumble it. Yeah, right.
I mean, Justin Herbert
he gets a carry, fumbles the ball. Before. His leg actually falls off, and then because there's no running back, Justin Herbert just has to put up the greatest fantasy game.
And then Patrick gives him Josh Jacobs.
There's a 0.1% chance that happens.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is. There absolutely is.
Where'd you pull that number from?
Yeah,
I pulled that number out of my imagination. But all I'm saying
also known as your butthole.
All I'm saying is, either way, some of it comes
keep your imagination in your butthole,
bottom, But only for the great ideas, sir. Anyway, Justin Herbert has put up a 40-point game before. That's all I'm saying. It's not impossible.
Yes, it is.
He's not going to do it.
If it happens,
he'd have to score twice as many points as he's put up in a single game all year and do it against an arguably top 5 defense.
Hey.
And Austin Eckler would have to not score a point.
Did we not just see Marcus Mariota be perfect, have a perfect passer rating?
Don't use the exception as the rule. Don't use the exception as the rule.
Defenses.
Okay, look, we all agreed that we were going to get in here and we were going to beat up on Allen because it's the worst one of the game. And now what are we doing?
Yeah,
and now you're trying to let him off the hook.
Now
that pulled the rug out because that's what
opened the door and invited us in and put dinner on the table. What the fuck are we talking about?
And then I pulled that dinner off the table and I said, "Fuck your team, Cody. All right, they should get 45 points put up on."
I know that you don't want to accept it.
I mean,
you don't.
It hurts because of
like
Ramondre Stevenson, But anyway,
Allen had -4 from his defense and 1 touchdown across his entire squad.
He also, I did not see Jacksonville getting crushed like that. I didn't think it was going to go like that. I thought that might have been a low.
They did not get crushed.
Jacksonville lost by a touchdown,
and they lost, and they had a lead with like a minute left.
Their defense got crushed. They gave up 34 points. They cost Allen 4 points. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They didn't get blown out in the game.
Not only did they give up a lot of points, but they had, it looks like no sacks, no interceptions, no forced fumbles. So
the one thing I will say about Allen is he did a lot of it to himself. He gave up DeAndre Swift. He gave up Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He didn't draft well.
But he had Miles Sanders, who's a pleasant surprise.
You're right.
DeAndre Swift hurt.
Let's talk about the small amount of things he did right and ignore the large swath of things that he did incorrectly. Yeah, you're right.
He had like imagine though this team right now.
Ooh, imagine again. This is coming from his bubble.
I know. It's coming from the
keyword.
Bubble. So Justin Herbert. Imagine this though. Justin Herbert, Miles Sanders. He finds somebody to fill in. Not anybody good. Fill in as a second RB. Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, and Njoku's been respectable. He could have put like a halfway decent team on the field. Now, when Devontae Adams on a bye week, look at his. You have nobody to score points on this team. You don't have any upside. You have Njoku has the most upside.
He tricked himself into thinking he was a good fantasy manager.
Hey, damn. He had 2 good years, or you can't just write it off because he's having a bad one. No, this is a really bad one.
He made 2 bad trades. His season's not over.
On top of drafting poorly.
I think his season's over. Unless he makes some magic happen, I think he's going to fade. 3-2 is misleading.
If he doesn't commit actual murder in this league, then his season's toast.
And I think he knows it because you could feel that energy at the bar on Sunday because he knows it.
Did you see that shirt he wore? That's a loser's shirt.
Oh, God.
Damn.
You guys are torturing my man. Alan, I love
I'm not making fun of his appearance.
That's me.
I did that. You need to study up on some stuff. Do some 2-for-1s. Take Devontae Adams. Deal him for some quality RB wide receiver 2s. You need to fill
You
some
know,
of these
use your
holes in your team.
imagination.
Find some upside. You got a shot, my man. You got 500
This
record.
is my
You got
call
a
out
shot.
to Swamp Ass Jake. You've got an entire year of telling your roommate he's garbage in front of you. Use it, man.
This is why we're good. I'll build you up.
Let it
Cody will
simmer.
tear you down. We'll
Let it
end
simmer.
up somewhere in the middle.
And that's where Jake's at.
Yeah.
I'll keep it balanced.
It's like the Triforce.
That's what we call him. It's our balance, man.
Balance guy. Balance sheet.
Uh-huh.
We call him the human balance sheet.
Wow. I hate that.
Oh, God.
The human balance sheet. Just staring through pussy all over season.
Oh, God. You see the accountant, right? Basically just been Affleck.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Thanks, Jake.
Daniel Jones.
Sorry, my best friend.
Hey.
Balance, man.
Call him the balance sheet. We're bringing that
Call
one
me
back.
the balance beam.
It's a decent ability on Madden. It's a respectable one.
That's my superpower, is balance.
Well, it helps when you're trying to run the ball in at the goal line when you got balance beam. That's all I'm
Nice
saying.
segue. Nice.
Anyway, so Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has been fine.
Yeah.
He hasn't been great. Hasn't been good.
Okay.
He's been fine.
He hasn't what are you talking about?
He hasn't had any stinkers.
As an actual NFL quarterback, he's been fine, and he's also the QB 14 on the year. That's fine. That's the definition of fine.
Not when there's 12 people in the league. You don't have a QB1. I'm looking at his points, 13,
Yeah, but he's
12,
a bridge.
13, 16. That's bad.
He's a bridge quarterback.
Yeah.
Cody's waiting to use
Tua's playing
Tua.
next week.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
why he's playing him. That doesn't make him good.
Look, he
Tua
hasn't had a
played
single
Jared Goff.
stinker. He hasn't had a single stinker. Jared Goff has. Jared Goff had a
13
5-pointer.
points is a stinker, in my opinion, and he's done it 4 of the 6 weeks.
13 points. I mean, he did have the lowest score.
Okay.
No,
okay.
Geno Smith had the lowest score.
He's hit 200 yards once this year, and he's only scored a touchdown in half of his games.
If 13 is a stinker from Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts got 16 this week.
And that was a stinker, especially for Jalen Hurts.
I didn't hear it.
That's why you trade your top-level quarterbacks, okay, for running back ones, because the gap between
That's why you have Joe Mixon. Yeah,
and
that's
Eno
why you got
Benjamin
Joe Mixon.
Is massive.
Everybody
the gap
say thank you, Trish.
Josh Allen and Geno Smith is not that much.
Thank you,
but
Trish.
Anyway, yeah.
I mean, I sold him at the right time. The man had like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in like 2.5 quarters.
Hey,
Yep.
Ship him out.
Yeah. I'm not saying I wouldn't have done the same thing to get Joe Mixon on my squad.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I would have made that call.
I'm just trying to educate the league. Anyway, Austin
Trish doesn't get
Eckler.
this far into our podcast to learn anything.
I mean, if she does, I hope she hears that.
She times out after
Todd
like 4
knows
minutes.
that. Todd knows that. Todd should be telling her that.
I don't know, man. Todd was the sacco last year. Like, maybe she should be learning from someone else.
I mean, it's true. Todd's team could come alive, like I was saying, though. We'll see. But you got Austin Eckler tonight. If Austin Eckler's recent performances are saying anything, you're going to go over 100. But they are playing Denver, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
He could get 0, and I'll still win.
If he gets you 0 and lose this, I would love that so much.
That still wouldn't happen though. Like,
I
if
will
he got
break
0,
the league's phones with the memes.
You break the league's phones with like a paragraph of sentences, sir.
Hey, listen. I'm always insightful, if not concise.
You are the William Shatner of texting.
I'm gonna read the rest of them.
I don't know if
like that. Thank you.
I don't know if like where he just does like one thought at a time. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, when he speaks. That was a good comparison.
As if
hey, guys,
only one thought at a time.
Hey,
send.
Listen.
This is great. Send. Having a wonderful time. Send.
I think I'm gonna get ice cream. Send. Vanilla.
Oh, nice.
Send.
Listen, it's a habit at this point. Trish asked me the same thing. I don't know if I could stop doing it if I tried.
I just know at this point I can appreciate it because when my phone vibrates once, I'm going, all right, who texted me? Maybe it was the fantasy group. Maybe
it was 4 more times.
But I get boom, 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 boom. Oh, Patrick wanted to talk football.
Yeah, it's me. All right, come on. There's something to be said for that.
It's endearing, I suppose, in a way.
Well, I just hope you all don't pay by the text because otherwise I'm breaking the bank. I hope it's not 1995 anymore. Not 1995, 2005. That's a little early on.
Nah,
that
fuck
reference.
it. Let it send it.
Let it sit.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it's also week 4 of the podcast, so
yeah, this is week 17. Dundee League podcast, wrapping up the season. Anyway,
do we need to talk any more about Alan's team or my team?
I don't think so.
Unless you got something to say about your team, I'm good moving on. But
the lowest week from Tyler Higbee, Mason Crosby missed me a field goal.
Tyreek came through for you in a game where it was very questionable if
he's just a target whore, and we love it.
If Christian Kirk didn't get you a touchdown, he'd be looking at 3 kind of dead weeks in a row.
It's true. He caught one ball on the first drive and then didn't catch a ball again until 3 minutes left in the game. I just do not know what's going on.
He's had 8 combined targets through the last 2 games.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
I'm just very glad I left that trade with Mike Williams and not Mr. Kirk or McLaurin because I was right on that one. So anyway, the next matchup, should we do that?
Let's do it. Let's get to the premier matchup. The premier matchup that we were all so excited about.
The battle of the Jakes.
No, let's end on that one. We have Trish. Which one? Let's do Erica.
We're losing viewers by the minute.
Erica and Dave. That's why you got to keep it till the end, right?
Erica and Dave, and then let's leave the good one for the end. Erica and Dave had a good matchup this week too.
They did have a good matchup.
It was very close. AJ Brown decided it last night. AJ Brown with the Eagles on a good football team is fun to watch. That's fun.
Yeah,
he's a good wide receiver.
He's really good, and he's really strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's very big, hard to break down. One of the best yak guys in the league.
Yeah, him and DK Metcalf are scary.
McAfee.
DK McAfee.
Metcalf did not do shit this week, though, and that was surprising because Marshawn Lattimore was out, which I was surprised that he didn't do anything. But anyway, Breece Hall, I tried to get him a million times from Erica, but she listens to the podcast that I listen to. Unfortunately, I taught her the way, and she knew Breece Hall was going to be good, and she wouldn't trade him to me. Not even. Yeah. I offered her some crazy shit too.
What'd you offer? What's the craziest thing?
I offered her Deebo Samuel for Breece Hall and Allen Lazard,
and she held strong.
And I threw AJ Dillon on that at one point, held strong, and you know what? She was probably right because Breece Hall looks amazing.
Yeah, he does.
Great. He ran all over the Packers. He's a 4th-round pick who's the RB10.
2 weeks in a row.
Touchdowns in 3 consecutive weeks. Well,
I think he's
20 carries in all of them.
If he stays healthy, I think he finishes in the top 6 running backs.
If he stays healthy and Erica gets Jonathan Taylor back and that offense actually remembers how to use Jonathan Taylor, like apparently they learned how to use a running back this week for some reason when they lost the best running back in the league.
It almost cost Jake too.
Yeah, what the fuck, Dion? And then he got hurt, which is sad because he's on a major upswing, but which kind of deflates the sales for him a little bit. But J.K. Dobbins had a re-aggravation of the knee, and Kenyon Drake looked great, and Gus Edwards coming off the pup next week. That one's looking a little dicey for Erica, but with Breece Hall coming on, she'll be all right. But
is Erica back to having? I guess she's gonna have Jonathan Taylor coming back. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall is gonna make for a nasty combo when Taylor's back. When is he slated to come back?
He's probably gonna be back next week, I would imagine. It wasn't even 100% sure that he was gonna miss this week. So
2 top running backs, a top receiver, the best tight end. Like if she gets a quarterback somewhere, Erica's got a pretty rad team.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence and Garoppolo are serviceable quarterbacks, though. They're not terrible. Garoppolo is steady in a good matchup. You know when to play him. You know when not to. You know,
Trevor Lawrence is like playing with fire, though. He's got a week. He's got 2 weeks at about 25, and he's got a week in there at 6 points. So it's like
she won't do it, but what she should do is she should try to hold out, get a winning record, and go for Deshaun Watson later in the year. But she won't do it because she hates that guy. So I don't think she'll ever put Deshaun Watson on her team.
It's kind of hateable.
I mean, obviously. If he doesn't go to jail, he's got another lawsuit that he's dealing with right now.
Have a shitty dude. But, like, we all forgot about Joe Mixon.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean,
he knocked that chick out in Norman.
Yeah. Good God, dude. I mean.
And I was on my team.
And then, yeah, I mean, at least none of them are as bad as Antonio Brown. You see the
mean,
one Antonio
Tyreek-
Brown floating around.
Oh, that man lost his mind.
I mean,
publicly.
For good Lord, dude. Just take all of your money and go shut up somewhere. Like,
yeah, it's one
but
thing
you
to
can't,
be
'cause
crazy
That's the
and like a little
opposite
off
of what he
kilter.
wants to do.
But
That's
it's
the
another-
opposite of what he wants.
It's another thing to be that crazy and that arrogant, because then nobody's gonna have any sympathy for you.
Yeah, dude. Like,
It's true.
anyway.
Could you imagine if like you're like really good friends with Antonio Brown? Like and you just have been for like a long time, and so like regardless of all the crazy things that he does, you're like, it's still my boy, but like I gotta like be there.
Then
and, like,
you're probably an
listen
asshole too.
to all the things he has to say.
That's exactly what
I'm
I was
creating
thinking about
I'm
you.
creating a hypothetical in which maybe
There's
this person
no
isn't, but
there's
yeah.
no good guy that's like, you know what? That's my boy over there. And then that person's actually a good person. No, that person's an asshole too, sir. They're an asshole squad.
Guilty
They
by
run attacks.
association.
I tried to devil's advocate for Antonio Brown's like
don't you do that.
morality,
Don't you do that,
but not
sir.
here. Not on this podcast.
No. One of the greats dealing with cancer, by the way. Shout out to Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah.
Hope he makes it. Love that guy.
Where'd that come
But
he
anyway.
did the no thing, and it's Mutombo.
No, my friend.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then Jordan dunked on him and did it back. It was great. One of the greatest moments of basketball history. Anyways, football podcast. So Travis Kelce, I almost called him Tyler Kelce. That's his cousin.
I believe it's
Not
pronounced
good.
Kels.
Tyler
Yeah.
Kelce
Kelch.
and DK McAfee.
Yep. Tyler
It actually is
Kelch.
pronounced Kels.
So Tyler Kelch, he's good at catching that football. Let me tell you what.
Kelch.
He
Kelce.
got by in volume this week instead of 4 touchdowns, but he still did it. So
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best one.
Yeah.
He's the best. It's between him and Mark Andrews, but he's the best.
I mean, if Mark Andrews was on the Chiefs, he'd be the best, but he's not.
It's true.
Or I mean, he might be. I guess
I don't think-
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
want to
Kelce-
take. I don't want to take that away from Travis Kelce because I think if Travis Kelce was on Baltimore, then he might still be the best because I mean the volume that he gets and like
Might
what he
be.
can do with that.
Imagine Mark Andrews on Buffalo, and then Travis
That'd be
Kelce on the
nasty.
Chiefs.
Leave it.
You know what I mean?
Imagine Travis Kelce in Buffalo.
Imagine Travis Kelce as the quarterback for the New England Patriots. All right, can we move on, please? It's not happening. All right. I'm sorry. That was my attempt at being mean. It's out of character for me. Tom Brady.
Wisconsin people just can't pull it off. It's a
They
good
can't.
effort, though.
It seems fake.
Tough. I tried.
Yeah, you have to actually have like
believe it.
angst and trauma in your heart for that, sir. And that's where
Yeah,
we come.
you were raised far too well for that.
Too nice. I'm the Ned Stark of this podcast. All right. Too honorable, and I'll die for it. That's what
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
true.
All right. Anyway,
You'll never
Mila,
be king.
Stop. My dog is trying to paw the computer because she wants my attention. But anyway, so we're gonna power right through that.
Pat Schumacher, fucking dog neglector.
Oh yeah, dog neglector took her out in the frigid 30-degree blizzard that was going on earlier and stood out there for 20 minutes so she could get her yayas off with the other dog and run around. Yeah, I'm such a neglector. Anyway, bitter about that cold I was. Anyway,
I think you're still mad about the Packers game, but whatever.
I'm mad about the Packers. Also, hey, hopefully it's not an ice bowl when you guys come. It's going to go through it up and down.
I assumed it's gonna be just because if I plan for it, then that's the only thing we'd have to worry about.
We could hit a good week or a bad week because next
Mhm.
weekend's supposed to be 60. The week after that, it could be 25. That's the way it is this time of year. So
I'll just
anyway, yeah, hopefully it's warm. But Tom Brady threw up a stinker. He's yelling at his offensive line, but he didn't play well. You know, his offensive line didn't either, but it's the freaking
They
Steelers,
lost.
dude.
They lost to the Steelers, and Pickett didn't even play 4 quarters.
Yeah, you lost to Mitch Trubisky, Tom
He
Brady.
didn't look bad. He didn't look bad.
Yeah, but it's Mitch
Well rested.
Trubisky, and you're the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not supposed to lose those games.
Yeah, he's getting old though.
And he had his weapons back for the most part. So, like, where's your excuse? 12 points? Like,
Age.
I was so happy not to jump the gun and talk about my kicker, but, like, just field goal from that team.
They have not been good on offense in any week other than when they played the Chiefs and lost. You know, they lost the Chiefs, right? They lost that game by a touchdown or two, I think.
Yep.
High scoring game, but they, you know what I mean? So it's like, anyway, Leonard Fournette's been fine. Rachaad White is going to get some more playing time, I think, because I think Leonard's going to wear down. I wish I would have held on to him, unfortunately. But J.D. McKissick did nothing in that game. Carson Wentz was
the fact that he's starting J.D.
gone.
McKissick is spelling bad things for Dave.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have any running backs. I mean, Damian Harris.
We've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he lost this week. That hole in his lineup is why he lost.
Yep.
You know, he gets 10 points there and he wins.
Yep.
And you know, but it's a Damian Harris sized hole. And when Damian Harris comes back, he might not be the same Damian Harris that he was because Ramondre looks amazing. He might go back to
all the stuff.
Yeah, he's a better pass catching back than Harris too.
Man, I'm looking at Dave's draft recap just in order, and I thought maybe he'd had a running back that he dropped or he traded along the way. But now he picked up Fournette in the second, Damian Harris in the sixth, and then did not touch another running back until the 14th round. He drafted 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks, and 2 defenses before he drafted a 3rd running back.
That
now,
man's been
for
running
anybody
on.
listening at home that wants some draft advice, that's really bad.
That man's been running on a full cup of Cooper juice and running back dreams. And they were working out for a few weeks, but they ran into a wall this week.
It's honestly going to be kind of sad. I gave Dave a genuine and a real and a heartfelt high five when I saw him on Sunday because it just felt good to like be there sitting with someone who is actually competing in our league. And now I'm going to have to watch as my friend, my close friend, Dave Pavlik, just falls asunder, gets buried into the swamp of this league now.
And he's stuck because he's got no trade value because, again, nobody's trading for a kicker. Nobody's trading for a tight end or a backup tight end. Nobody's traded for a second-string quarterback. You know what I mean?
I've been offering him trades all year long that included running backs. And it's always, can't do it. Can't do it. And it's like, man, you're going to need a running back. And it's like, I'm offering you decent trades for Mike Evans. Anyway, plugging for myself a little bit. But anyway, I'm just saying.
When you're a lifelong Bears fan, you get used to accepting a certain level of mediocrity and just thinking that it's usual.
Ooh.
Dave's team is capable any week of putting up big points because of Cooper Kupp and Mike Evans. But when Mike Evans has one of those disappearing acts, his team is average. Or below average.
Well, if he doesn't get a MVP caliber Cooper Kupp performance, his team is average.
Cooper Kupp is doing that again on a shitty team, which is incredible. I mean,
Cooper Kupp's on a bye week next week, so if Dave loses this week and
next week, back to 500.
Probably now less than that. He'll be 500 after this week.
Oh my God, you're right.
Literally just
Dave, you're gonna have a losing record after next week. Oh no.
Who is he playing next week?
It doesn't matter unless it's
Cooper
Allen.
Kupp's on a bye.
Cooper Kupp's on a bye. Oh yeah, he's screwed. Anyway, should we cut it, or should you guys want to look that up, Cody? Look it up.
Dave's
and then
playing the other Jake.
Oh, he's fucked.
Yeah, the other Jake who's getting Derrick Henry back.
Yeah.
Oh, he is so fucked.
I wonder who all is on. It's going to depend on who Jake's got on bye too. If like Chubb was on bye, for example.
His Rams defense, and that's it.
That's it.
Ooh, yeah, it's going to be a rough one because I bet Chubb's not going to get held down like he got held down this week every week. You know, he got Belichick is Belichick's
we'll
greatest
talk
coach
about that in the next matchup because we're about to cut on this one.
It's true.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Dave's going to get fucking smoked next week.
All right, let's cut. I'll cut right here. All right. Cool. All right. Last matchup, marquee matchup of the century. Although I will say that I feel like me and Brant's matchup could have been a lot more juicy without some very underwhelming performances by the Cardinals.
Yeah, if you had like a scarier team, it would have been a lot juicier of a matchup.
Oh yeah. We should see. We put that one on the tee for him. Should have done that. Should have known better.
It's weird.
I just walked right into it, you know. It's just not. It's just, yeah, I know, right? It's just, I don't understand what that was about for me.
You'd think you'd be ready. I'm consistent.
I
That's all I'm
mean,
saying.
after all these years, you'd think I would know better, but you know what? It's like I
Fool me
just
once,
walked in. Fool me you can't get fooled again.
fool me 4 times.
All right. Anyway, that was a George Bush quote, I believe. But anyway, there's some speech he was making. It's like, "Fool me
Yeah,
once."
those,
Yeah, you know the one, right?
yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
you
Classic.
can't fool me again.
Yeah,
That's like, he lost it right in the middle of that.
Yeah, that was great. Classic Bush. Oh man.
Do you think he was actually that dumb?
Simple. I think
I
simple is a
think
better
so.
word.
I don't think he's a complete moron, but I don't think he's a deep thinker.
It depends. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like if you're going off, there's different ways to measure intelligence, right? If you're using an IQ, I think it's kind of low. I think there's other skills that he's probably pretty good at.
Well,
You don't get to be the president without having some of those tools, right?
He's a Southern good old boy that learned how to say the right words, and he wanted to please daddy. All right.
And he had the right family to be in
Of course. So yeah. I mean, he's part of one of the most powerful families in the country, and his brother was doing big things, and he wanted to, you know, outdo him. So, and he just hit a chord at a certain time in history, and he you know, like Jeb was we're doing a whole hour on the Bush family. Jeb was the one that was performing when they were young. You know what I'm saying? Like
this is what we get for half of the take breaks.
Well, they all thought Jeb was going to be president, and then he turned into milquetoast on the debate stage, and George was the one that actually knew how to debate at the right time, you know. But he did.
That's that's a different podcast we're having right now.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Let's delve into politics for just careen over into politics for the next 10 minutes.
So what are you guys' thoughts on the midterms?
Well, since we are seeing a bunch of political commercials all the time now, it makes me want to like rip my toenails off.
Oh, it's terrible. Is it over yet? It's only a few more weeks by the grace of God.
Every single commercial is like, hey, you should be afraid of this person.
Hey,
and
this person's a monster.
I'm afraid of all of them. Okay. I think they're all terrible.
There's one in Wisconsin right now where it's literally like they show a 12-year-old girl and they're like, if this girl got raped, this guy would say that's cool. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, basically,
Barry
that's what
Johnson,
they're saying.
Cool with rape.
I mean, but for real, like, that's what they are. And it's like, who do they think they're reaching?
It works. It works, man.
It does reach. I mean, you've seen who our last president was.
I mean, but whatever. We're careening into the wrong category here. Let's get back to football.
Man. This is good stuff.
I mean, it's fine.
This is the pulse of America.
I was having a great time, and now we're talking about the fucking.
I want to alienate some opinions. All right, let's go.
Let's do that on the other podcast.
Republicans and Democrats are stupid.
So
Someone fight me. Let's go.
Last segment, we're gonna do all politics and religion. All right, go. 20 minutes on politics. Let's go.
Awesome. Let's go. You're all stupid if you pick a side. Who's up next?
I mean, hey, I won't reveal my cards, but anyway.
Guys are real.
This is why we have Cody, folks. This is why we have
wild card.
Jake's smile was so
the podcast and jump right out the
I thought we lost Jake's feed. I'm like, oh, we lost Jake, and then I saw it break. I'm like, oh no, he was just frozen by my words.
Yeah, there's a few things running through my brain, and none of them hit my mouth.
Don't show an opinion. Don't show an opinion.
Observe.
Observe and report.
Observe and don't report. Actually, what was going on?
It's true. Anyhow, let's get into this matchup.
Yes, talk about my awesome
the game
team
has
for
kicked off.
It's the best one. It's the best team. Everybody say thank you, Trish.
It is, but you are dealing with a few injuries.
We're letting Allen off the hook.
A lot of injuries and a lot of question marks that keep coming up every single week.
Yeah, and I mean, the other question mark is, does Christian McCaffrey get traded into a better situation? Probably. Because who's trading for him? Who's going to give up what they have to give up that's not contending? It's going to be a contender. If he gets traded, he's getting traded. He's going to get traded to LA or Buffalo. Those are the teams that keep coming up. I don't know how LA does it. Buffalo could give up their next year's first-round pick and, like, a player, and they could probably get him. because Carolina needs picks in the worst way because of the boatload they gave up for Steph Gilmore, which was like the dumbest trade.
Yeah.
Because he's not even on their team anymore. You know what I mean? Like they gave all that draft capital because they thought they were going to go compete last year, and then they imploded, and now they're screwed. But
yeah, they believed in Matt Rule, and it cost.
It's not a good bet. Matt Rule had some promise early on, and then he just went straight down the drain.
Some empty promise.
Yeah, but Alvin Kamara came back, couldn't get to 100 yards and get me the 3-point bonus on DraftKings like an asshole. Hey, get one more yard, guy.
But he did have 25 to the air. So
hey, I don't care.
24 altogether. Why?
Get one more yard, make more money. What are we doing? All right.
It's 2 weeks in a row of finally being the person I thought it was going to be and getting some looks. He's got, 29 touches last week and 25 this week, which bodes well for the future.
Did T. Higgins escape without getting banged up again? Because he's been hurt lately.
Yeah, he didn't leave the game or nothing. He took a couple hard hits, it looked like, but he put up 6 catches for 47. Kind of a quiet day, but I had Allen Robinson on the bench scoring a touchdown. That's just going to give me enough false hope to keep him on my lineup or on my team for a couple more weeks. So
good. I need you to make some mistakes, and that's one of them.
Yeah, throw him in the starting lineup next week. Come on, man.
I'm not starting him. He's my 5th best wide receiver. No, maybe 6th best now that Ron
literally just taking up space on your team is enough of a mistake, and I want you to make some mistakes. I don't like what you've done. I don't like what you've done at all. You're my best friend in the whole world, and you're making me root against you, and I don't like that.
And it's really unfortunate.
After the shit you put the league through in the off season, I don't care. Normally I'd be like, you're my best brother too. I feel you. Now I'm like, eat it. Fucking eat it.
Eat shit.
If I pull off the comeback tonight, the pod crew will be 4-0 this week. That might be the first time that's happened this year.
Wait, 4-0?
4-0. 4-0 this week. Cody, you, Erica. I count Erica in there.
No, you should.
She's not doing much producing anymore because she's actually out there keeping the lights on, But so I guess that is in a way producing. I
got 25 points from my kicker and my defense combined this week.
Yeah, Washington did great. And also just remembering that game reminds me of the sadness I felt for Justin Fields. I think he's a good quarterback. He's just he's getting Baker Mayfielded right now.
Didn't they have 3 turnover on downs at the 1-yard line?
Yeah, but they were running the ball, and then he plays hero ball, has a 50-yard run down the field on the last drive to win them the game. Throws 2 perfect passes that were both dropped by his wide receivers. Dante Pettis dropped a really tough catch. Darnell Mooney dropped one that a wide receiver 1 makes. If you're the wide receiver 1, you're going to get paid. You make that catch, you win the game.
Absolutely.
So anyway, it just was infuriating because I lost money on that one too. But anyway,
I won money on that one.
You did? Well,
I did.
At least somebody did. I broke even that night pretty much. I think I was down $10, but I did all right. But because I knew it was going to be that type of game, some type of snooze fest. But in those games, it's literally one catch that will decide who wins 20 and who wins 20 G's and who wins like $20. That's how it goes.
Who are we snoozing on this Thursday?
This Thursday, I think, is actually going to be a good one.
I think it's Cardinals-Ravens, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a good game, I remember.
It's a good matchup if it was on a Sunday.
Let me look. What are we doing Thursday? Saints-Cardinals. That won't be bad.
Jameis is probably back as a starter, too. Yeah. So.
There's at least
DeAndre Hopkins debut, possibly.
Really?
Oh, yeah. DeAndre Hopkins.
So
okay.
Some storylines.
DeAndre Hopkins back this week.
Whether or not they play out, we'll see. But
no, he's going to be back. He's playing this week, especially with
I just mean whether or not it affects the game in a big way is yet to be determined. But
I mean, is he allowed to? So. He's not allowed to practice until like this week either, though, right?
He's been practicing. I'm pretty sure I saw some reports that he's been practicing.
Suspensions meant that
they're tiered usually.
Really?
Like for the first part of it, a lot of times like you're not allowed. Like I'm pretty sure I'm not 100% sure. I think Jake's looking it up right now, but
Sweet.
either way, the balance sheet. Come on now. Nah, the thing is I love that. Sorry you hated Jake, but it's fun to say.
I like that the initials of it are
don't hate it.
BS.
BS. Perfect.
I've got no news.
No news.
No news. I do
Either
remember
way,
seeing a report that he was practicing with his teammates. Whether or not that was at the practice facility or at a third-party site or any other details, I'm not sure.
he's been there long enough that he knows the offense. Okay, he's a veteran. The man knows how to run routes. Okay, tell him to go out there and run this route, and he knows what he's doing.
I don't think it's
a
like-
specimen.
It's true. I don't think it's a product of knowing how to run routes. I think it's getting on page with your quarterback. We've seen week one offenses look what they look like. You know what I mean? Like there's so much cohesion problems with offenses. And again, Thursday night offenses, as we can all tell, and you add all those together, I don't see that adding up to a good time.
If Marshawn Lattimore was banged up enough to miss this week, he could potentially miss a Thursday game as well, though. And if that happens, then I like DeAndre Hopkins a lot more. If Marshawn's healthy and he's going to be in his grill and no practice for DeAndre, no timing for him and Kyler, then yeah, probably not. But especially with the way those tackles are looking in Arizona with Cam Jordan, old man Cam Jordan is still a good defensive end. And he could take advantage of a rough offensive line next week. So we'll see. Anyway, Kyle Pitts getting in the end zone. Finally.
Yeah,
All it took was him playing one of the best defenses to do it.
That was nice to see.
Yeah, I'm really glad that our boy Mr. Wilson finally caught a break. That's good. That's cool.
Yeah, his team really needed Kyle Pitts to come alive to really.
I mean, good. You know, narrow miss.
Yeah,
there, huh?
Ooh.
Like, oof.
Thought you were gonna miss the playoffs there. Some Kyle Pitts.
I know, but now, you know, I got a little lucky. So I've had 4 weeks in a row where I've scored between 110 and 115. So you know the mark to get if you want to beat me, which is 120, which is doable. Somebody in our league does it every week.
Yeah, I think that's why it behooves people to have one of those glass cannon teams. Honestly, like at this point, like I'm starting to see like if you can't have consistently the best team, you better have one of those.
You got to have a team. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, you have to have a team that's capable of booming.
Yep.
And then you have to have a team that you just get to the playoffs and then you hope your guys like boom for like 2 weeks and you win.
Yep.
Like that's what it is. Or you accumulate a massive amount of talent. You know, I mean, let's just say what it is. You started
and that's the strategy
with a lot of
Mr.
draft
Wilson
capital.
went with.
Well, you started off with a lot of draft capital, and then you made some good trades at the right time. I can't talk right now.
I told myself going into this season, I'm coming in first or I'm coming in last. I'm not doing 6th, 7th, 8th place again. So like big moves was the name of the game this season. So Alvin Kamara in the second round, a little ballsy. Christian McCaffrey falling to me at the number 8 pick was just luck.
Yeah.
But then Josh Allen trade, all this big moves.
Strozzi is still going to be a really tough team to beat.
Yeah, I still think he has the second best team.
I got lucky this week because he had Derrick Henry on a bye.
Yeah,
and Belichick shut down Nick Chubb. So
and Lamar did not do Lamar stuff.
If I'm thinking correctly, didn't we all play one of our double up teams?
Everybody did, yeah. You'll play.
So we're gonna get ourselves another Jake matchup.
I get to play Brant and Erica twice.
I get Allen.
We're not the two that I would pick. I would rather play Dave.
Get fucked, Allen.
Yeah, you know, your guys' side turned out to be the weaker side. All the beasts are
getting put in the better half of the fucking divisions.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah,
Cody
the cream will rise.
Last week.
It's not hard for the cream to rise when the rest of the cream is putrid, and you happen to be the only good cream around.
But
I'm good cream, aren't I? You said it.
You're an ounce of cream and a vat of oil. Of course, it's going to rise to the fucking top.
You're like the cream.
I can
you're
only
like the cream that you look
be
at
on
a bunch
top
of
of the
shitty cream,
division
and you're like, I
I'm
guess
in.
this one will
Okay,
do.
so that's all I can do.
You're like the cream that's 2 days old, and you smell it, and you're like, I'll chance it because the rest of this cream has got brown spots on it.
The best cream in the pot.
First place in his division, 5th place in the overall standings.
Yeah.
After last week.
Exactly.
But not after this week.
No. Probably 4th.
Like I said, my team scores 45, number 1 overall, and in points. Let's go, baby. Anyway.
You're not scoring 45.
It's possible.
No, everything's going to Eckler.
Yeah, the world could catch on fire. That's possible too. It's not gonna happen.
Eckler's gonna break his leg, and you're gonna cry, Cody. Anyway, what was I gonna say?
Something hateful.
Yeah, like I hope someone breaks their leg.
I don't hope that. I hope that for you. I don't hope that for Austin Eckler. It's just by proxy of him being associated with you. That's his fault, dude. He shouldn't have been drafted by you. He should have held off and had some injury scare and let me draft him in the 7th round, and then everything would have been fine.
7th round.
I mean, DK Metcalf fell to like the 6th round, but I mean, he didn't
because of what we thought was going to happen with the quarterback situation. We were just all wrong about.
Some I want to point out that we all need to remember, because it's been true in the last couple of weeks, is that divisional games do not go according to plan.
No, they don't.
Because the teams know each other too well.
They spend so much time focusing on their game plans, and they actually draft players to compete in their division. So the matchups are just always good.
Thursday night, London, and division games. They're fucky.
Yeah, 100%. Because, I mean, Arizona and Seattle had a massive over-under. There was reports today about how much money was lost betting on a couple of the games this week. And that was one of them for sure. You know what I mean? Like Arizona. Okay. They've been bad, but you don't expect them to put up 3 points.
Yeah. That was really
you know what I mean?
Bad. Yeah. I don't feel good I don't feel good about watching that offense on a Thursday we got coming up.
We'll see. I don't know. You know, the Saints have been up and down. They just got torched. You know, I don't know, where are they playing is the question. Is it in Arizona? You know what's been weird though? Arizona's been better on the road. So if Arizona's playing them in the dome, it might be better for Arizona.
I mean, you just said that New Orleans got torched again. They lost by 4.
They got torched on defense.
Oh, you got okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah, well, we're talking fantasy. I mean, if we're talking the real game, sure, but I'm talking about.
It's hard to tell when we bounce around as much as we do.
Hey, yeah, it's fair point.
I mean, they do call Patty the king of the segues. So
come on, that's what I might as well. You know, like my words are riding a segue. That's how good I am at it. Anyway,
your words are like the fucking pumpkin on my front porch, just falling apart.
That's a good October reference. I'll take it. Anyway, Chris Godwin had some decent volume. He's been coming alive. It was a little. I was looking at Chris Godwin. My worry about Chris Godwin in these first few weeks was that he was going to get re-injured, and he had a couple of times where he went down and it looked like he was going to be out for a while again. But he's made it out of the last few weeks healthy. And another week or two, and I could say he's probably beyond it. And then minus another big hit or something happening to him, he might be gravy for the rest of the year. You know, once he makes it past like 2-3 weeks active, gets reacclimated to getting hit, he might be good to go.
Tom needs a weapon, so.
Todd, you mean Jake Strozen? Talking about Chris Godwin.
I said Tom. Tom is in Tom.
Oh, Tom. I thought you said Todd. Oh, yeah, good call. And then George Kittle got rolling a little bit in the loss. 8 catches, 83 yards.
I think he's going to be fine.
A lot of people, I mean, I thought he was going to be good. I played him a lot of places. He wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be. Robert Tonyan had a better day than him, actually, which was kind of crazy. But
but George Kittle got 10 targets. Like he's going to turn. Yeah. He's going to turn anything between 8 and 12 targets into a monster game a lot of the times. Like
that offense needs to score, though. They got so many yards and they could not put any points on the board. You know, they turned it over in a few inopportune spots. But
I feel like they're going to figure it out. I feel like San Francisco's going to be fine.
Of course, they're going to figure it out, but it's just like let's figure it out early so I can win some freaking games with Debo scoring 30 points. Like, come on. Anyway,
Yeah, you need the help.
I mean, it would have been nice this week. Would have helped a lot. But anyway,
Yeah, because you're gonna be 500 after this game.
I don't think so. We'll see. What's happening here? Anything going my way? We got 1.4 points halfway through the first quarter. Yeah, great. That sucks.
All right. So anyway, some of next week's matchups real quick before we wrap.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to say,
yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean, we got a lovers matchup.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I might be sleeping on the couch because I'm winning that one. I'm winning that one going away. Let's be real.
You think so? I think Erica's got a better team than you.
I think it's a 50-50. Let's flip a coin.
I'm not going to look forward to Jonathan Taylor being back because I think that guy's going to be looking at what his backups did, and the coaches are going to be looking at what the backups did and be like, you know what, we need to get the best running back in football rolling, and I think he rolls. That's what I think, and I'm not happy about that. Yeah. Trish is playing Allen. I mean, at this point, Allen's got a rough team. He does get Devontae back.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Trish got Josh Allen now. She's got 30 points locked in.
Josh Allen is on a bye next week.
Oh. Might have a shot.
And Allen's still going to lose.
Oh, God. He might have a shot if Allen's on a bye next week.
Because Trish also has Stephon Diggs, who will be on a bye next week.
He's got a shot. Got a shot.
He's got a shot.
You know what? I'm calling it upset special.
So you're saying there's a chance. Is that an upset then? If our two best players are out? Like, out of her 80 points this week, they were 50 of them.
Allen put up 49 points. It's an upset special.
If Allen loses to Trish minus Diggs and Allen, I don't want us to be playing nice.
That is not as bad. Check this out. There's a guy in my other league that I play in. He played a team. He played a team. No, this is relevant. It's great. Played a team where the other guy left 4 players who were out in his lineup.
Oh, no. Bailey?
Lost by 10 points. He lost by 10 points.
You're in 2 leagues with Bailey?
There's a Bailey in the other league. His name is I don't remember what his name is. He's from New Orleans, but he got a bunch of running backs and they all like went off this week and beat that guy.
Damn.
But anyway, you're playing Austin. Obviously, you're favored in probably every matchup you're in. So I'm probably going to give that one to you. I don't know who you're missing next week though. Who's all on bye next week? We got the Bills. You said.
You got the Eagles, so you're gonna miss that AJ Brown smoke, lucky bastard.
Oh, that's gonna be great. See, I'm gonna win. She's missing AJ Brown. She doesn't have wide receiver 1, so I'll probably
I've got nobody on bye next week, and it doesn't look like. Ooh, Austin's gonna be without Devin Singletary, Dalvin Cook, Devonta Smith, and Dawson Knox next week.
Allen is
Austin, my opponent.
No, Austin. He's missing Devonta Smith. Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook, Devonta Smith, and Dawson Knox.
Why couldn't I play Brent next week without Justin Jefferson?
And he's got Marquise Brown that's going to be out too. 5 of the people that were in Austin's starting lineup this week will not be available for him next week.
Yeah, so I like
Jake rolls on.
Yeah. Todd versus Cody. Cody, so you said Bills, Eagles,
Rams.
Vikings, and the Rams.
Mm-hmm. I'll be missing Higbee.
You're missing Higbee. And so
he's missing Gabe Davis.
He's missing Gabe Davis. Does he have any other Vikings? No. Does he have any other Bills? No. Does he have any Rams?
He's got James Cook and Kirk Cousins and Dallas Goedert. So
you're both missing tight end. Yeah. That's kind of even in terms of the bye weeks affecting you guys. I don't know, man. His team's on an upswing. Dangerous team right now with Ken Walker and Jamar Chase back there. Could be a tough
without Gabe Davis, he didn't have that fucking 20-point flex.
He's got who's the other? He's got another guy there though. He's got another wide receiver.
He does. I can't remember who it is though.
Pittman. He's got Pittman.
He's got Pittman. He's got
Pittman.
Yeah, you're right.
He got Pittman and Chase.
Yeah.
He's got Aaron Jones
and Ken Walker. Aaron Jones is playing the Manders. They're playing the Manders without Carson Wentz. They're going to be on the goal line all game long. You know that's true. That's why he didn't say anything.
I don't know.
I don't. Not after this week. I don't know shit about
They
that.
just got absolutely fucking smoked by the Jets. I don't know.
They
I don't
did,
know
but
shit.
Taylor Heineke is no Zach Wilson, and that's a crazy thing to say, but you also know that's true. Zach Wilson is way better than Taylor Heineke.
I don't know that.
I don't either.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, probably, but like, have we seen it?
Zach Wilson has come in and not turned the ball over, and that's all he needs to do on a team that runs the ball.
That's where you're setting the bar.
Well. Say what?
That's where you're setting the bar when comparing these two. Is he doesn't turn it over, so he's better.
Zach Wilson's the Jared Goff of the Jets Super Bowl run this year.
All right,
Jets going to the Super Bowl, baby. Anyway, I mean,
only,
if you beat the Packers,
only in your franchise.
If you beat the Packers,
that was last year's franchise. Now he's the Lions.
Yeah, I'm the Lions, dude.
So
8-9 Lions coming straight out of the wild card, wiping the Packers out at Lambeau, running over the Cards. Okay, beat the Rams. All right, and then what do? Take down the Buffalo Billies in the Super Bowl for the ship.
There you go.
It was nice.
I played an online game in Madden where I pulled the Lions as randos, and I pulled a Buccaneer opponent, and I smoked them. It felt great.
The Lions.
Did you play with a lot of heart?
I played with a lot of air under the ball. That's what I did. I fucking chucked that ball all over the yard.
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
Inside blitz. It's the meta. How are you guys stopping that? We were talking about that.
Jet sweep
all
day.
outside zone. Sure, that worked a few times. Because you got to have a fast guy. You get pitch. Yeah. What about a pitch?
Nope.
You think that's too slow too?
Jet sweep all day.
What else you got? What else you got for it? Because I got to play online tonight, and I was getting worked by that blitz.
Empty set wide receiver screen can work, but you got to fade away from the screen. You can't just sit back in the pocket and then throw. You have to create an angle that's away from the receiver.
Otherwise, you're going to get hit, and you're going to throw a biff, and they're going to pick it off, take it in.
It's not about it's not so much about getting hit. It's about if they are in man blitz, it's about creating an angle that the corner won't step underneath it and take it. Because they'll stay outside, and then your receiver will actually come back to the ball, and it'll get underneath the lineman creating the screen.
I have noticed that screen works better this year, and you're throwing less pick sixes if you read it right. Because last year it was broken. Your guy would start running forwards, and he would run the ball right into the cornerback.
Accurate.
But anyway, that's a little Madden talk for you folks.
Madden talk.
Brant is playing Bailey. Brant's gonna win. I mean, come on. It's just, Justin Jefferson's gone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but still, DeAndre Swift probably back for him though. They're saying, oh, you know what else?
But Jalen Hurts is also out that week.
Yes.
And what are the odds that Bailey makes a substitution?
She's screwed.
If she leaves Jalen Hurts, I don't know what the effect is, but like there has to be something said.
Bailey's not listening, so I'm just gonna. I don't care that much about being rough on her team. But I mean, without Jalen Hurts, her team is it was already trash. It's less than trash. It's like a compacted turd that needs to be flushed without Jalen Hurts. It's the only good thing she has on her team.
Like an extra fibery load.
I mean, anyway, yeah. So
how was load?
I think is what you're going for.
I don't know, man.
Because load is a different thing.
Look, the game's on now, and that's where my attention's at.
Fibrous
so,
load.
Sure, we got one more to
y'all are losing me. Like we gotta get out of here.
Got one more to predict. We got Dave and Strozy.
No, we already predicted Strozy.
Eagles we predicted that one.
All right, maybe just in my head.
I don't think we did. That's this last one.
I know who I'm picking.
Probably Strozy. He's getting Henry back. I mean, so
because he's getting Henry back. You're right.
He's getting Henry back, and Dave's gonna not have a second running back besides J.D. McKissick.
Yeah,
Strozy would beat Dave.
And we did pick that one
starters.
Because Cooper Rush is on a bye next week. Remember, we did.
Cooper Kupp. It is nice that you're.
Oh yeah, he's totally screwed.
I understand why you would mix up Cooper Rush and Cooper Kupp because of their huge skill sets.
This is the time of year where the bye weeks heavily affect all matchups. You know, you just hope you get somebody at the right time. If you get them on the right week where their stars are down, it can sometimes be almost an auto win, you know? So.
Yeah, I think playing Dave from here on out's about an auto win.
Oh, shit. Well, and on that note, folks.
Wait, can you just stop for like one day? Like one day.
I mean, nothing's gonna get me to not stop like that, right?
By the way, what did I say? 10-0, Russell Wilson over the Chargers.
You didn't say that at any point.
Never said that.
I said that they might come back and have an actual game. They're up 10-0 on the Chargers. Nobody would have seen that coming.
I don't
know. And you know what sucks?
You make some claims.
I make all the claims. Let's be real here. Mike Willie getting a goose. So that sucks.
Austin Eckler not.
Austin Eckler doing all right.
Okay. Are we done?
I think we're done. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
I think we did it. That was pretty
minutes.
good. There's some good content in that one, boys. Nice work.
A little long, but good content.
Yeah.
It was
2 hours.
long.
Did we hit 2 hours?
2 hours and about 10 minutes.
I mean, if you don't count the downtime.
If you count the downtime.
Yeah. Sure. If we don't count the downtime, it's like 30 minutes. We killed it.
If you count the actual content, it's about 20 minutes worth watching. You know,
we'll need to put that timestamp in there just to get everyone past the Packer talk at the beginning. 2
videos, one extended version and one director's cut. Or you know what I mean? one classic cut and one with the extra.
You know what? If you don't want to listen, fast forward. The button's there. Anyway, signing off. Week 6. Bitter fan here, but we're still better than the Cowboys, and we're gonna beat them in a few weeks. So that's all I gotta say.
We're gonna be in person when that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be fun when your team that is clearly better than ours comes into a frozen Lambeau and loses. I mean,
Michael Parsons is gonna have 4 sacks on old man Rodgers. There's not enough ayahuasca in the world to save him from that man.
Here's the only thing. The only thing that we do have is good edge protection. The pressure comes up the middle.
No one has good enough. No one has good enough edge protection.
I have the best edge protection.
Besides Aaron Donald, Michael Parsons is the best defender in the league.
Yeah.
I was going to make a dirty joke, but we should just get out of here. Anyway, so let's go. See you guys next week. Let's watch this game. All right. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, bye.